Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Shamsa Arawelo. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed, getting back to reality. I haven't. This is my second year at uni. As you know, I'm a single parent and I work part-time. So plus I do this and it's quite a lot. Okay, it's quite a lot. So I have decided to take very small short breaks here and there to preserve my mental health. I am so proud to be part of a platform that allows people to express how they feel, express their thoughts, share their points of view, share their opinions. And some people might not like it. Some people might not like it. When I was going through my traumas and my hardships, I could not find anyone to relate to. I could not find anyone that was like me. And I couldn't find anyone talking about it, especially within my community. And I really, really needed that. I needed to see people talking about it. I needed to hear that it was wrong. I needed to know that it was wrong. But I didn't. And it made me then feel like, oh my God, so I must be hated this much. Like, it's just happening to me. Why me? Why me? Me. Everything became me. So what started? Self-hatred. I hated myself. Because I thought, why do all these bad things keep happening to me? But then I realized, girl, you're not the only one. You are really not the only one. And especially FGM, we've been talking about it, okay? Especially FGM. It's a shared experience. But there's a group of women that believe that it's okay. There's a group of women that don't have an opinion about it. And then there's a group of women that completely and utterly hate it. Right? Each group have various reasons. Each group have various ideas of what a woman should be. But forget those sections of women, the ones that are for it, don't care and against it. Society, itself has a completely different view of what a woman should be and what her body should be like and how covered she should be, or how she should speak, or how she should carry herself, or it's a lot to live up to. It's a lot to live up to. And for a very long time I was self-pitying myself. I felt sorry for myself. I thought, these things must be happening for a reason. I must be a bad person. But the reality is that's not the case. It is something that is a social norm. It is something that is a structure that society created for us. In Somalia, the society created FGM, made it compulsory in some cases. Yeah? Now, okay, cool, it's dying down. But what about those that have already been affected by FGM? The ones that will be affected by FGM, even if it's a small number. I want it gone. No number. 0. Okay? And it was because of society that got us to that position. Okay? That the people had to go suffer on, doing their little haram shit, and brought it to Somalia. Society did that. Society accepted it. And as a society, we can change it. We bought it and we can take it out. Lakin for women is as if, especially within our community, is as if in our land, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't talk about it. Even sex. Don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it. Nikad urahe, ala shihiro, you'll be fine. Like, no. I feel like it's really, 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 really important to speak on sexual pleasure. There should be discussions about how FGM affects your sexual health. your mental health, your physical health, your self-esteem, your family life, your way of thinking. Like, absolutely, it affects absolutely everything. And we need to be able to talk about it, because there's so many people who feel as if they are alone in this. There are so many women who feel as if they are unworthy, or they, like, what is the point of getting married? What is the point of trying to fantasize about a family and children and all of this, when in their mind, sexual pleasure has completely been taken away from them? But I found that that's not the case. And as it is Sexual Awareness Month, last month, September, okay? I should have been done this video in September, but I didn't. But when I realized, I was like, even in this country, they celebrate that shit. Like, well, it's so weird. I know, first of all, I do not expect Somali people to celebrate sexual awareness month. Okay, but it's not about celebrating it. It's more about learning about it, being informed about the things, like what people like, what people don't like, what do you like, what do you want to feel, how do you want to feel, how do you want to be made to feel. Like, it helps you learn about yourself as well. Yeah, knowing about your sexual desires, your fantasies, your everything is learning about your body. Let's talk about sex. All right, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about me and you. Like you guys already know, I got my FGM done in Somalia, right? And the society that I lived in accepted it. So therefore, I accepted it. I didn't like it. I hated the pain. It was horrendous. It was horrible. It was traumatizing. But it was normal. So I never thought anything about it. I never thought it was wrong. I never thought about the reasons. I never thought about even the sex side. I never thought about it. I never thought, no, nothing. It was just, okay, it just had to be done. That's the way that I was told. And I accept it. Some of us just conform to society norms. We do, because that's all we know, right? So I accepted it. I was like, okay, like I was a child, right? I thought it was something good. It was advertised to me as something good, so I took it as something good. I came to this country. I learned about sex education briefly in like year 6. And then I think it was year 10 or year 11 or year 9, we did another sex education. But every time I saw a woman's body parts, I just used to think, why does it look like that? But then in my mind, I was like, that is so wrong. Like, it shouldn't look like that. Because obviously I was circumcised, because I was thinking everyone should be like me, right? And then I came to understand that it wasn't that I was right and everybody else was wrong. It was that I was wrong and everybody else was right. That the people that I am now, the society in which I live in now, is telling me something completely different about what I already know. It's telling me that it is wrong. It's telling me that it is horrible. It's telling me that it's you can't feel. It's telling me that it's to stop sharmotanimo, you know, to stop being hoeing out here. Like it's supposed to prevent. And then I'm starting. You think to yourself, like, what's wrong with me? Am I like a dillo? Am I sharmota? Am I like mahan and why? What was the reason? Like, all these people, this is a completely different society that has a completely different idea to FGM and sex when it comes to FGM. But then the society that I grew up was just, they were just two complete opposites. So that causes, well, one, shock. 2, you don't know where you belong. You don't know, because one is telling you are mutilated, and you are you can't feel anything, and you're different, right? And then one is telling you that you're pure, that it's culture, you know, you're being a you know, a good girl, you know, you're a clean girl, you're it confuses a person. It will mess you up psychologically. And for a long time, I put myself down. And then we never even used to talk about it. Even at school, no one was open to say, I have FGM. First of all, I didn't even know what FGM was. I knew it as Guditan, okay? Everybody has a different name for it. So it's just not spoken about. And wallahi, or billahi, or tallahi, I cannot emphasize enough how much damage things like that cause. It causes mental damage. It causes physical damage. It just causes damage to a person. Severe damage. Severe psychological damage. You know? And because nobody's talking about it, because there's no open discussions, because there's no opinions, no views to listen to apart from the negative, yeah? There isn't anything that makes you think, oh, you know what, I feel better about this. Or, you know what, I might not be so different. But I'm here to tell you today, Abaya, there are women who have never had FGM, but are unable to feel nothing. There are women who've never had FGM done and who don't get sexual stimulation from the clitoris. There are hundreds and thousands of women who have never had FGM that don't get much pleasure from penetration, right? And for FGM, although yes, the purpose of it is to dim your sexual desires, but I don't think it necessarily does that. Like I said, not two FGM procedures are the same. Everyone has had it differently or had a different experience of it. So I don't know. I can't speak on everyone's experience, but I'm just saying I used to think that way. But when I started to change my psychological thinking, the way that I thought it, I viewed FGM. The way, first of all, don't view it as FGM, because that's female genital mutilation. Who the hell wants to be labeled as mutilated? Nobody wants to. That will mess you up even more. Okay? So forget FGM interdict. Okay? Somali and Nahai. We know it as Guditan. We know it as female circumcision. Or you can even call it female cutting. Female genital cutting. I would rather that than female genital mutilation. Like, what the, hello, sir, miss, I am not mutilated, okay? Thank you very much. I'm not broken. I'm not Ted. I'm good. Thank you. That name needs to be changed because it's not okay, wallahi. But as you know, there's women who aren't circumcised and who have similar experiences to women who've had FGM done. Like not being able to feel, or not having clitoris stimulation, or not feeling anything when being penetrated. There's both parties, circumcised and uncircumcised, both experience that. However, there are women who are circumcised, like myself, yeah, who are able to feel, who are able to have clitoris stimulation, or who are able to enjoy penetration, or people who, like, I don't know, just who are prone to just getting wet a lot quicker. There's women who've never had FGM that can't get wet. If you're a woman or a young girl who genuinely believes that due to the FGM you are unable to feel anything, Habibti, I'm here to tell you, I felt like that. I felt like I could feel zit, nothing, zero. okay? And my first marriage, zit. I realized in my second marriage that I actually do get turned on, that I actually do enjoy it, quite a bit. And then I realized, oh wow, like all these years I've been putting myself down, making myself feel as if I was absolutely nothing. Like, what is the point of me being a woman if I am not able to enjoy the sexual pleasure? Like, what is about me that made them think as a child, tana, lugudoa tekaleta, like, I used to think, what is it about me that made them perform this? But it's not me. It's not a me problem. It's not even a them problem. It's a society problem. It's a Somali society problem. We as a society said we are accepting of this. This is the way. So when I got it done, I told you at first, I was like, okay. After the pain wear off, I was like, all right, the bitch, I even forgot about it. Completely, because it's a norm. Come here. And then I'm like, it's not so normal. So mahasubane. Mawalane. Are you going to eat yourself up? No. You have two options. You can either eat yourself up and think, I'm never going to feel anything. I'm not going to have sexual pleasure. But Habibti, that's not the case. The clitoris is long. Okay? When they're tahay. Yeah? So halahan haday jaran. Yeah? There's still a long clitoris inside. Okay? Inside. So your clitoris isn't gone. Your clitoris hasn't been chopped off completely. No. Unless they had to like surgically remove the whole thing. No. They cut off the bit that is exposed. Or they cut a bit of it off. Or they don't even cut it sometimes. They just sew over it. So there's different ways of having it. But even if the clitoris is cut off, you can still get sexual pleasure. You just need to change your psychological thinking. Because wallahi billahi, people don't realize the effects that not only our traumas have, especially something like FGM, but growing up in a household, in a Somalian strict household, is traumatizing as well. Becoming a parent and having so much responsibilities as a child comes as a norm within our society, as a Somali society. That's not okay. A child can't raise a child, but then we do it. It happens, right? It's expected in our society. Well, it's got the awe. Inu ganada ilo korinaysid. Midka kaletada dhalka oo dhal rabada ilo korinaysid. So you as a child put in all your desires and your wants and your needs, and then focusing purely on your family and your community and what they think and what they want and what they need. What do you think that's going to do to a child? What do you think that child is going to do when they grow up? They're going to seek everybody's approval. They're never going to feel enough. They added with trauma, added with the environment in which we live in. For example, England, yeah, where yes, there's a Somali community, but then there's the westernized community. So even if you don't agree with some of the things the Somali community is doing, and you agree with the Western, that you are already told within your society that agreeing with the Western way is wrong. It's just wrong. Even someone said to me, women's rights. Why should we have that just because the Gala have it? What to say? You want to be like the Western people. No, bitch. I just want the same rights that Ilahi blessed me with. The hell is wrong with you? But it's really conflicting when you have two completely different societies that you are part of, that they both expect you to accept their social norms. there's social norms that I accept of the Europeans, and then there's social norms that I accept of Somalis, and there's some that I don't. But as a child dealing with FGM and then growing up, coming into a society where they're against that, so you have to battle that, and then being raised in a household where it's strict or it's toxic or it's abusive or it's mentally draining. When you grow up, you're going to have a lot of psychological problems, okay? And this is why it's so important for us to go to therapy. This is why it's so important for us to speak to someone. So the fikirka maskaxda iska gelinay from yaraantayna mase annaka maskaxdana la ka geliyay ina iska bixino waaye, so that we can enjoy waxa Ilaahay noogu talagalay. Sa haddii maskaxda laga geliyo from a young age, wax ma dareemaysid, you're going to grow up to believe wax ma dareemaysid. Of course we're there. If you make yourself believe something, like there were so many young girls and women who were telling me that they're scared of getting married, that they don't even have the desire to get married and have children because of the FGM. And to me, that doesn't seem fair. Wallahi, that doesn't seem fair. Because all of that, is in here. Wallahi, believe me, all of that is in here. If you tell yourself and convince yourself and truly know that actually this doesn't stop me from enjoying sex, then believe you me, you will enjoy it. You need to work on here. You need to work on your maskah. When it comes to down below, there's different options. Different options and things that you can do. There's surgery. There's like different types of treatments that you can get done to help you build your confidence. Make it look the way you want. Reconstruct it. We all know there's genital reconstruction surgery. There's defibrillation. There's a lot of procedures that can be done down there. But a lot of people are thinking about what they're going to do down here, like I was, that I never, ever thought for a second, I need to work on here. I need to work on how do I think about sex? What do I think about it? When I imagine it, is it like this horrible horror movie, or is it like this like beautiful intense experience? Like, what is it? What is sex to you? For a person who has had FGM, what does sex mean to you? Does it scare you? How does it make you feel? How does sex make you feel? Just not even just the action, the thought of it. How does it make you feel? And then think about that if you're married or if you have a partner, think about the feeling. How does it make you feel? Are you thinking too much about it before you even start? Yeah? Are you doing things like foreplay? Or are you dirty talking? Or like, people are into different things, right? I can't sit here and tell you what Somali people are into because, bitch, I don't know. I'm clueless. But there's different things that people are into. People have different desires. People have different, and you need to find out what it is that you like. But before that, you need to think what about sex scares you, if it scares you. What about it concerns you? What about it worries you? What can you do better? What can you do differently? Like, you know what? Yo, listen, wearing lingerie, not for the man, but for yourself. Yeah, just to make yourself, just look in the mirror, look beautiful. Listen, yeah? Other is ja'law. Love yourself. Yeah? Love yourself. Sexual health is just as important as mental health, as physical health, as emotional health. And if we are going to sit here and say sexual health is not important, then you lie. Stop lying to people. It's very, 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 very important for male and for females. And all of the above. Okay? So, first of all, let's not look down at people that speak about sex. Okay? Like people like Queen Khawan. First of all, I find her so funny. She's absolutely hilarious. She seems like a sweet girl. But what I like about her is her openness to speak about it. Okay? She has her own opinions. She has her own desires, her own... And she's not afraid of it. She's not afraid of it. And that's what we need, okay? I'm not saying it's qawi. I'm saying talk about what you want. Do not settle for not feeling anything. Do not settle for, I'm just gonna make him happy. No, honey. You were not put on this earth to be a body sacrifice for your husband, for your boyfriend, for your whatever it is he is. Okay? No. It's like it shouldn't work like that. It's not fair. And like I said, it was society back in the day that got us into this, but it's our society now that is going to take us out. I have so much hope and so much love for our generation who finally just said, no, I'm sorry, no. Before, children couldn't disagree with their parents. It was seen as asanima. But now they're like, no, Hoya, this is wrong, this is right. And this is what we need. We as Somali people, especially our generation and the generation above me, we were raised by parents who have experienced tremendous trauma and immigration and war, right? They grew up in really horrible conditions. And coming over here couldn't have been that easy. Trying to adjust to this society couldn't have been easy. So we have inherited their traumas. But it's up to us to break that cycle so that we don't then give our children that's, inheritance of trauma. Ain't nobody got time. Okay? We want healthy, beautiful, vibrant, successful children. Because just look at ourselves. Just look at the way that you live. Look at the way that you speak. Look at the way that you talk to people. Look at the way that you make decisions. All of that, wallahi, it reflects on your childhood. It will, if you look at it and genuinely review your day-to-day activities and the decisions that you make, you'll be like, oh, shit. Like, I made this particular decision because of the way that I was made to feel. So you probably made that decision because you didn't think you would be good enough for it. Or I get so many people who've told me that they had such an amazing opportunity. But then they're like, oh, but I can't. And I'm like, why? The fuck? And they'll be like, oh, but, I might not be able to do it. Because they have been programmed to believe, they are a failure in this, that they're no good in this, that they're not good enough for this, that they don't look nice enough for that. But that's not the truth, okay? First and foremost, if we want to get the best out of our sexual experiences, we need to fix our minds. Mentally, we need to be healthy, okay? We need to learn about why we feel the way that we feel. Why are we making the decisions that we're making? Why are we seeing things the way that we see it? We need to answer these questions so that then we can understand it and completely move on. Completely move on. That's it. And then you can focus on igniting your sexual desires. But FGM does not end your sexual desires or your sexual pleasure. It does not end that. And and hundreds of women are proof of that. Yeah? But I was lucky enough to find out very quickly that he needs to be fixed. And all the things that these people were telling me growing up, I used to look at them like they were fucking crazy. I used to look at them like they were mad. Mad. Okay. Hi. Because you can't talk back, right? So I'm just like, okay. But I never believed it. And I think that's what saved me. I never believed it. But I did convince myself for a while that I couldn't feel anything. And guess what? I couldn't feel anything. Until I changed my frame of mind. And I was like, you know what? I like this. I like that. I like this. Why the hell not? I was placed on this earth just like you were placed on this earth. So why the hell can I not say what I like and what I don't like? And if a man, my husband, for example, your husband, if you sit down with him and say, you know what, let's try this tonight, you know, or dress up for him, and he's like, then baby girl, that's not a man. That's not a man. You're with the wrong person. Okay? Kagur. Leave. Okay? If a man looks at you like you're fucking crazy, yeah, when you're talking about your needs and your wants, especially when it comes sexually, yeah, looks at you like how dare you? Like, he's not a man. Okay? I was told about a story, yeah, that happened during the time of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is why I am so grateful every fucking day of my life to Ilahi and my deen, yeah, because my deen is amazing, okay? Nobody can tell me otherwise. I was told that a woman came to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she said to him she wants a divorce from her husband. And he had asked her why. And she said, she didn't even say anything. She took a piece of material, yeah? And she was like, you know what that means? Yeah? He understood. And he was like, you got your divorce. You can get a divorce from your husband if he's not pleasing you sexually, if he's not satisfying you sexually, if he's not up to standard sexually. And I'm not saying don't look or, you know, just judge him based on the sex. No, that's not how shit works, okay? We all know that. Women are very emotional. We get very attached, especially when it comes to our husbands, yeah? But it's important. I'm telling you that just to show you it is important. If it wasn't important, our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, beloved Nabi, would have turned around to her and be like, try. You know, try with him. But if something is like this, then it's not fixable, is it? So he allowed her the divorce. But in this time and age, can you imagine a sheikh would be disgusted with you just because you said my husband does not perform well in bed, so therefore, like, no, I don't want to live like that. You know? Tried everything, he's not listening. Maybe. You don't even have to explain yourself. But society, again, added with religion, yeah, which they manipulated, by the way, is also being imprinted into our minds to make us believe and think a certain way. But we need to end that cycle. We need to end that way of thinking. We need to think for ourselves. We need to think for our children. We need to think better. Hadda wax qalad aragtid being said and being done, stop it. Stop it. Right there and then, maaragtay. Say, hello, assalamu alaikum, wa qaldan tahay. How else are they going to know? Their feelings are going to be hurt for a little bit, but as long as you say it kindly, respectfully, quietly, that's not being an asset. That's just me telling you that you're wrong. Just because I'm a child doesn't mean that I can't tell you that you are wrong. Just because I am younger than you doesn't mean that I can't tell you that you are wrong. You know, everyone needs to own up to their responsibilities. A husband needs to do all he can to create a happy, fun, pleasurable experience for his wife. The wife, same thing for her husband. But the fact that there's more on one side and less on the other, like as if like men in our society have taken the men are 100 and women are 50, literally, quite literal. Hello, sir. Just because Elijah said you are 100, I am 50, did not mean that you are actually 100, as in better than me, and I am 50, which is lower and smaller than you. That's not what it means. We are equal in the eyes of Ilahi because we pray the same, we worship Ilahi the same, yeah, we were created the same, and Ilahi judges us and punishes us the same, okay? So there's no men are better, women are less. That's bullshit. That is, again, society. But it's bullshit. I completely know about bullshit. We all know that Dinian men are 100 because of their responsibility. But now I'm kind of thinking they dropped down to 50, right? Exactly where we are, because they don't do half of them responsibilities. They don't. So how you 100 when you don't do half, if not all of them responsibilities? You don't do it. Anyway, they took that quite literal. They're 100. And so it's as if like even in a marriage, it's like, because I'm the 100, you have to listen to me. A boy, if you wanted a maid, yeah, and a sex slave, you shouldn't have married me. You shouldn't have spent all that money, okay? That's just no. So it's just really important that we talk about it. I'm going to quite talk about it, and I'm going to collaborate with somebody that is a professional in sex education and hopefully FGM as well. I'm also hoping to do a collaboration with a therapist so I can show you guys the importance of fixing here. Just as well as is it important to fix everything else, emotional, physical. It is so important. So important, yeah, that we fix our mental health. That we work on it. That we improve it. Inshallah, I'll see you guys soon. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber and you haven't subscribed, if you are a returning viewer but you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, hey, I love you. Thank you all for your generous support always, and your kindness towards me. It has not gone unnoticed. I adore you all. Thank you so much. And please do not forget to take care of your mental health, your psychological health, your emotional health, because that is very important, especially in the society and world that we live in today. So stay safe. Bye.